Guten Tag, mes amis, wie geht's? Moi, data, ich bin Dieter. I'm just going to talk a little more about truss rods because I made a little video a couple of days ago talking about the most important tool that's overlooked a lot, which is, I was talking about the tool, but I had some good comments because it seems to be a kind of a popular video. So I was talking about Allen keys. But they're used to adjust, like most steel string acoustic guitars and electric guitars have a thing in here called a truss rod. If you can see in there, I think you can see it. You see there's an Allen key nut right in the middle of the head block for the neck there. Okay, you see that? It's right here. And what the truss rod is, they channel out. They make a channel in the middle of the neck of the guitar that runs the length of, well, the neck from the block where it joins the body to just past the headstock here. And there's two-way adjustable. Sometimes there's different types of truss rods. I don't want to get into that too much, but it's worth looking up about truss rods. But it's basically a mild steel truss rod, and a truss. So what it does is it has a washer and a nut on one end and an adjustment threaded thing on the other end on a single action truss rod. So what it does is, because it's the neck is a fixed length, so if you tighten that, right, it pulls on the neck, and it will adjust the relief here. Like, your neck should not be perfectly straight. It should be you should have the string should be the highest off of the guitar neck, halfway through the scale length. And on most guitars, that's at the 12th fret. Okay? So that's where your strings are always the highest. So the reason I'm talking about this is I had some good comments, and I appreciate the comments, and I appreciate people watching, is that yes, I have snapped a truss rod before on an old guitar. So you have to realize, your guitar is exposed to humidity, and it's a mild steel rod there. And I don't know if the luthiers, when they put them in, I don't know if they oil them or whatever, but I think the reason mine snapped, it was a very old guitar, and I went in to do it, and I heard something go, crook, like it was tightening, which it needed to do, but then it snapped. Now, it may have snapped regardless, but what I should have done was probably taken some of this stuff. Follow me now. Some 3-in-1 high performance penetrating oil. So, you don't want to go crazy with it, but I probably should have. And I suggest, if you especially if you have an older guitar and you haven't adjusted the truss rod in a long time, take something like this. Give it a little spray, and then wait so that it goes, because I forget who made the comment, but there was one good comment that says, to go slow, because I really wasn't talking about, physically, I was talking about the Allen key more than the truss rod, but they go together. So what you want to do is and one viewer suggested you back it off first before you tighten it. And I actually did do that when I adjusted this truss rod, because this guitar isn't that old. It's 5 years old, I think. But I forgot to mention that. So that is always a good idea, to loosen it first, to see if you can loosen it. And usually that's going counterclockwise. On most truss rods, that will loosen it. So if you need to know that, go counterclockwise. And if the nut moves, that's a good thing. And then you may want to take some penetrating oil and just squirt a little bit in there. And then, yes, when I said 3 cranks, yeah, you never just reef on it. You just go slow, and you will feel it tightening. And if you hear something like start creaking, that might be the wood. But if you hear something go crack or snap, then you've probably broken the adjusting nut, or stripped a thread or two, in which case then you've got some more serious problems. But the reason I'm talking about this, I don't want you to shy away from adjusting the truss rod. I think people are so scared that they're going to wreck their guitar. But no, if your truss rod is working properly, you'd be amazed that with just like a little turn, you might set that neck and your action exactly the way you want it, without having to fuss around with the bridge and the saddle and your nut. So because I read my comments, and those were good comments, so I figured I should post this as kind of an addenda or a supplement to the most important tool that most guitarists don't use. So yeah, don't shy away from adjusting your truss rod. Just do it carefully. Wiedersehen.